Alright, I am back after a long time. I could sit here and explain multiple excuses as to why, but I'm not going to. I'm back now, and that's fun. Okay, y'all won't see that, but I had a little bit of an audio issue. It is fixed now, at least hopefully. No, I want to talk about the benefits of helping someone move. Recently, my buddy, he was like, hey man, I need to get, by the way, I have chicken in the oven. I have a 30-minute timer. Do not let me forget. Serious. So he texted me and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need a little bit of help on Wednesday, right? Like it's gonna be real quick. I just need to get some stuff out of my house. Can you help? And I'm like, sure, yeah. Cause like me and this friend go way back. He's actually the reason I now have a truck. I bought it from him. I almost died in said truck. That's a different story for a different time. We're not going to get into that. But so I go over and I help him, and I'm looking through his house, and I'm immediately finding out. I get there at like 12, and I'm like, all right, so I should just cancel all plans that I potentially had because I am not leaving this house anytime soon. And I did it. It was very late by the time we had finished, but that's not the point that I'm trying to say. I would die for this guy, so I don't care. We're having a great time. He gets me food. Everyone's chilling. However, oh, what a save. So, I want to talk about the benefits. Now, the benefits of when someone moves is that they're trying to get rid of their shit, and they don't care. They'll give you their firstborn son if it will mean that they don't have to make like an extra trip. I didn't ask for his firstborn son, but I probably could have got him. My first ask was like, I was like, oh, you got an air fryer? And he was like, yeah, I got an air fryer. Why? Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I think I do want your fucking air fryer. So boom, acquire the air fryer, right? That's sick. What the fuck? I did not know how that was gonna bounce. But tactically acquired said air fryer. I'm very happy. I'm like, holy fuck, well this thing's just paying dividends, right? Free food, fucking air fryers. What else? How else could this day get any better? I then see that he has a rice cooker. I like rice. I make rice. But at this point, it's like, I'm like, no way, right? He's like, nah, bro, if you want the rice cooker, go ahead, take the rice cooker. I'm like, shit. So I'm getting into this funny little mood. I'm like what? I'm like kind of just trying to test what will you let me take, dude? So I'm like, I see this fan. I have no need for a fan. I'm getting ridiculous at this point because I do not need a fan. I have AC. I have like a ceiling fan. Like I do not need a fan. But I'm like, hey man, I like that fan. Can I have that fan? And he says yes. I'm like, dude, holy fuck. I'm essentially shopping in this dude's house right now. Like, what else? Like, there was some. Oh, I got a pillow. He gave me some like alcohol. Like, it was such a haul that it more than made up for the fact that I wasn't able to do anything else that day because one, we had a good time and he was just so generous with his things. Like, and again, to all of you being like, wow, you're a bad friend taking advantage of him in while he was down. I asked multiple times, and he was more than happy with it. And again, we spent all day at his house. And it wasn't like, oh, here are all the boxes laid out neatly, ready to be packed and moved into said U-Haul. It was more like, everything's fucking everywhere. We now need to do the entire packing process. And by the way, we have until the end of tonight. Actually, 18:30 was when we needed to get the U-Haul back, and we make it by the skin of our fucking teeth. Nice shot, man. Yeah, it was an all-day venture. But we had fun, and I remember at one point, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, sorry, I'm trying to, I locked in for like a microsecond. I'm thinking, he has a lot of trash. I have a pickup truck. I'm like, bro, I'll go find your community dumpster. I got you. I'll dump this shit out for you. He's like, all right, bet. I'm going to get the kitchen done while you're doing that. Cool. All right. I get in my truck, load it up with a bunch of trash, and I'm like trying to find this dumpster. I find one. I'm like, yes. However, it's kind of got like a little fence surrounding the dumpster. And in my head, I'm like, all right, I don't even know why I think this, but in my head, I'm like, everything within this enclosed space is dumpster. So I am okay to just throw this shit over the fence. Boom, it's whatever. That is not the case. That is, there is a dumpster inside, and then there is an enclosed space. So I'm just casually tossing all my trash on the fucking floor. And a worker sees this, and he's like, "Hey, man, what are we doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm throwing all my shit." By the way, this is the imagery that this guy is getting. By the way, GG guys. This is the imagery. I am in the back of my pickup truck, like on the lifted part. I'm just chucking shit. Fucking dolls, dollhouse, electric car. All this shit is just fucking going. Boom, boom, boom. And he's like, he must have saw me for a good time. Like, he's just like, yeah, so that's what we do. So he's like, "Hey man, can't really do that." And I'm like, "Why ever not?" He then proceeds to open the enclosed space, and I see all of this shit strewn about on the floor. And I'm like, wow, I must look like a fucking asshole to this guy. Which I did. And I did apologize, of course. I'm like, "I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Look, you're good. You can toss your shit out. Just, you know, it's like, keep it in the fucking dumpster." I'm like, aye. Good save. I'm a joke. But, yeah, so, you know, casually threw all that shit out. By the way, we dumped so much shit. Like, it's funny, like, when you get to a point where you're like, you're starting to fill up a storage unit, and it's like, you're on a time crunch, you just start saying fuck it to all your things. Like, he's just like, "Dude, I don't care about that." I'm like, that's like a whole fucking mattress slash... Or like, he'll be like, "Yeah, you can just toss it." It's like, dude, that's a dresser. But so, we're throwing so much shit away. So much shit. We make a final load at the end because we had just gotten back from the storage unit, and that bitch was at maximum capacity. It was an 8x8 foot at U-Haul, and it was max, like I said, you could not put a fucking fly carcass in there. Oh, wait, guys, this story's gonna have to go on pause. I am in a 1v1. That was almost really unfortunate. I think he's bumped? No, he's got a flip. Alright, well, I get shit on. It happens. But, maximum capacity, like I said, right? So we have a bunch of shit put in the pickup truck, and at this point, this was the dollhouse, a giant, beautiful dollhouse for his daughter. He's like, it was his fault, he wouldn't get off the throttle. Laugh my ass. Okay, that's funny. Beautiful dollhouse for his daughter, and in the beginning, it's like, yeah, I can't do that, like, she'd be so upset. By the end, he's like, "Bro, I'll fucking smash it with a fucking hammer." And I was like, alright. What a hit from our teammate. So we're tossing it, right? And it's very late, and we're very tired. We're kind of cranky. We've been doing this all fucking day. And are you serious? Oh. That could have been cool-ish. We've been doing this all day, so I'm like, look, it's night out. I'll leave the car running. Let's get illegal out here. And get illegal we did, because again, remember what I said when I was on the back of the pickup truck just throwing shit in? This is gonna sound bad, but that is exactly what the fuck we did, with much larger items, mind you. And I'd like to sit here and say that, like, I'm like feeling bad about it, but I'm really not. I was so fucking tired, and I was like, dude, let's end this night. Let's get out of here. And we're kind of giggling as we do it because we know that it's fucked up. You know, like that, like, inherent humor when you're like, we shouldn't be doing this, and you're doing it. Yeah, that's kind of where we were. He's faking me. But, so, all in all, it was a very funny, very, like, rewarding time, just emotionally, emotionally, financially, and the fact that I got a bunch of appliances. He got what he needed, obviously, and this solidified our friendship. Your teammate broke the rule 1. You're supposed to hold throttle dummy. He's right. Yeah, like teammate, he is right. That is what you're supposed to do. If you guys don't know what I'm referring, like maybe you were listening to my story. He's talking about rule 1 that when I was in that 1v1 earlier. I'm assuming y'all know Rocket League etiquette if you're watching a Rocket League video. That'd be kind of weird. I don't actually know how that rule came to be either. I don't know who decided, like, hey, if our front ends... Okay. If our front ends touch... I think he's right, by the way. I thought you were supposed to throttle. You can, but I let off and he didn't, then bumped me away. We need a Rocket League lawyer. Don't make me call Mr. Rulebook. What the fuck? Alright, sorry. I'm just... Y'all will be done for. Alright, okay. I think we've both... We're well aware that we will not be losing... I mean, winning this match. We're just like, whatever. Whatever. Ham and cheese. But yeah, so that's my story. I thought it was kind of funny. So pretty much what should be learned and extracted from this is if a friend says, hey, can you help me move? Absolutely go with the knowledge that you may be getting a bunch of appliances. You get to do illegal shit and you get to just have a good time with your buddy. So, GG. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope you found that story interesting. And I kind of like this format. Like, I'm going to do pretty much no editing. I'm just going to sit here and tell y'all stories and play a little bit of Rocket League. And I like that. That is manageable for me. And that is something that won't... I don't need to go into why, but like I like that. I hope y'all like that. And have a good one. Bye-bye.